Well, hello there, Kitsap County. This week's topic, what happened with the governor's orders and how does it affect real estate and how will it affect you in the next 1 to 3 months? Our predictions, guesses, and what we don't know and what we do know. I'm Stephanie Dupuis with Dupuis team at Keller Williams West Sound. Please like, subscribe, share, comments below as we go. So here's the deal. Yesterday, the governor changed real estate rules just a bit, but I think it's really smart right now. If you're thinking of buying or selling, I'd plan ahead. So here's first what we're going to cover is what the governor changed with our real estate rules, and then we're going to cover what we anticipate and how it would handle it if I was a buyer or seller. All right, here are the changes. No open houses. No open houses, okay? Not a surprise right now. I'd anticipate we're not going to see open houses for quite a while, probably at least through the winter would be my guess. And I'm going to say a general disclosure here. I'm guessing on these. These are educated guesses based on what's already happened, and I could be wrong on any of these. But these are some things I'd anticipate, and these are things we're anticipating as a team. Okay, so no open houses. If I'm a buyer, that might cause you a little bit of a problem with your home viewing game. So speak with your broker and devise a game on how you're going to see homes quickly in this competitive market. Okay. Second thing, this wasn't a change, but it was an emphasis. Okay. Everyone must wear face coverings at all times. Brokers, clients, no one can be served without face coverings, and you must follow CDC rules and maintain your distance, okay? This gets a little difficult when you're showing a home in tight quarters. So we do have a pandemic going on. This is simply a social message to everybody, a social responsibility message to be considerate of those you're with, be considerate of your broker, and brokers, be considerate of your clients, plan ahead when you're showing a home, especially with parties that are somewhat on the larger side, which leads to the next item the governor emphasized. This is also not a change, but I anticipate this changing sooner than later. And that is, 5 people or less in a home. Okay, so this is something that when we started the pandemic, we were only allowed 2 people in a home at a time, including the broker. I anticipate we're going to go back to that pretty soon here. So right now we're allowed up to 5. And I'm a little unclear, I've been reading these rules this morning. If it's 5 total, including the broker, or if it's 5 in addition to the broker. I have actually seen both in writing. So regardless, we're at around 5. That's a lot of people in one house. We had a situation yesterday. We were showing a home, and we're in a kitchen with that many people. You're gonna be in tight quarters. Okay, I would anticipate that rule changing soon. If you're a buyer and you have multiple people that you want to be helping with decision making or viewing homes, be thinking through strategically how you're going to handle that. Okay. Next one, real estate offices are closed to the general public. That is a rule change, all right? Especially if you're a wet signer. A wet signer is somebody who signs in ink the old-fashioned way, the old school way, if anyone remembers that. So we still do that. You're meeting in person to do that. Real estate offices are closed, and, so think ahead. There's no walk-ins allowed, essentially. Okay, so speak with your broker to make arrangements, which leads to the next thing is offices are limited to 25% capacity, and all in-person meetings are by appointment only. This includes showings, signings, all that type of stuff, okay? I anticipate that's gonna maintain, that's a rule that's gonna be maintained throughout the next couple months, okay? And all that requires is planning ahead a little bit. That's all. Just plan ahead. You want to see a house, it's going to have to be a by appointment. It's been like that for most of the pandemic. And that's not such a big deal. But same with, office meetings. If you want to meet with your broker to discuss something and to sign something, you're gonna have to plan ahead. Not a big deal, but something to add. Okay. So what does this mean for buyers and sellers? Here's what I think, okay? I think if I'm a buyer or seller in general, we're gonna see more restrictions coming up in the next 1 to 3 months. They anticipate the pandemic COVID numbers to increase and get worse, which means we're probably can expect to have more restrictions on our industry. And with more restrictions, that's going to affect buyers and sellers. Now, if I'm a buyer, this is really a personal choice, but if I'm a buyer, there are actually 3 benefits to buying as restrictions get tighter. And if I'm a buyer, I'm going to consider this a positive, okay? And the 3 benefits to me as a buyer is there's lower competition. So what we saw last time was a lot of the buyers just kind of, step back a bit. So if I'm a buyer and competition's stiff right now and inventory is low, I'm going to get more aggressive if restrictions increase. That's what I'm going to do. I'm going to be happy there's more restrictions, and I'm going to double down and I'm going to go get my house. So if I'm a buyer, I'm happy about more restrictions. You dig? The second thing is interest rates are still low during this period of time. That's great. So now we have less competition and great interest rates. Winner, winner, chicken dinner, right? If I'm a buyer, that's like a twofer right there. Lower competition, low interest rates. All right. And the third thing, if I'm a buyer, this is like the, hitting out of the ballpark. Sellers are nervous because sellers are like, more restrictions. Sellers are nervous. And nervous sellers are great for buyers, especially when things have been going, working against buyers here, because nervous sellers are more willing to negotiate. Nervous sellers are more reasonable. We like nervous sellers for buyers, okay? Nervous sellers, they're just more flexible, and sellers have been a little on the cocky side. We all know that. It's been a seller's market. We hear it all the time. They're like, hey, houses sell themselves. No, they don't. If houses sold themselves, the consecutive days on market would be 20 days. It'd be 2 days if houses sold themselves, okay? Houses clearly don't sell themselves. And, so that's how sellers have been behaving, and buyers have been dealing with that for a long time. So buyers, be happy if sellers are nervous because of COVID restrictions. So you've got 3 good things going for yourself if you're a buyer. You've got lower competition, low interest rates, and nervous sellers. And let those sellers be nervous. All right, sellers, how does this benefit you? I don't know. I'd get my house on market if I was a seller. Sellers, get your house on market. Or you're going to be selling probably with more restrictions in the dead of winter during the holidays. That is the benefit of procrastination. So stop procrastinating. Chop, chop, get going. You dig? Yeah. Now, that doesn't mean it's a bad time to sell in the dead of winter during a pandemic during the holidays. We still sell houses because there's still a lot of buyers. So it's not a bad thing. It's fine. It's just if I'm a seller, I just listed the benefits to buyers. Which side of the fence do you want to be on? All right. That might not be a popular opinion, but there it is, folks. That's this week's video. That's what I think is coming up, and I think that's what you're going to be dealing with. All right, folks. If you have questions, drop your questions below. Found this video helpful, please share it. Like our Facebook page, subscribe to our YouTube channel, and we will see you right here. Same place, same time next week. I'm Stephanie Dupuis with Dupuis team at Keller Williams West Sound. Stay safe, everybody. Stay safe. All right. Bye-bye.